Scene 1. The House and the Secret. It was a soft spring morning in Maple Creek. Sunlight spilled through dusty windows as workers peeled away old wallpaper inside the Harris family home. Emma Harris had inherited the place from her late grandmother, Margaret. The house smelled of old pine floors, tea leaves, and memories. She wanted to restore it, not for profit, but for love. Grandma adored this house, she told the carpenter. It deserves to shine again. He smiled, tapping a wooden beam gently. Strong bones, he said. They don't build them like this anymore. As he pried off a cracked panel, something small fluttered down. A thin, yellowed envelope, sealed but unaddressed on the front. Emma picked it up carefully. The ink had faded, but she could still read the name on the back. Mr. William Harris, confidential. Her heart skipped. William Harris. She whispered. That was her grandfather, a man her grandmother rarely spoke of. The envelope had never been opened. Scene 2. The letter's shadow. Emma sat at the kitchen table staring at the letter. The air in the room felt still, heavy, like the walls were holding their breath. Should she open it? It wasn't hers. It belonged to people who were long gone. But curiosity whispered louder than doubt. She broke the brittle seal carefully and unfolded the delicate paper. The writing was beautiful, slanted and graceful. The date, August 14th, 1956. Her eyes caught on one line. I cannot marry you, William. I'm leaving town tonight. Please forgive me. It was signed simply, Margaret. Emma's breath caught. That's Grandma's handwriting, she whispered. But her grandmother had married William just months later. She realized the letter was never sent. Maybe it had been hidden on purpose. Scene 3. Questions and echoes. That night, Emma couldn't sleep. She sat in the dim light of her grandmother's old lamp, the letter beside her like a living ghost. Finally, she picked up the phone and called her mother, Ruth. Mom, she said softly, I found a letter from Grandma. She wrote it to Grandpa, saying she couldn't marry him. Silence filled the line. Then Ruth spoke, slow and uneasy. That's impossible. They were married 60 years. I'm looking at it right now, Mom. It's her handwriting. After a long pause, Ruth said quietly, Emma, maybe you should come over. Emma felt something stir inside her, a fear that her family wasn't what she thought it was. Scene 4. The Hidden Lie. The next morning, Emma drove across town. Her mother was waiting at the kitchen table, a photo album open before her. Sit down, Ruth said softly. You need to see something. Emma leaned in. The first photo showed a young woman in a white dress, Margaret, smiling radiantly, but beside her was a man Emma didn't recognize. That's not Grandpa, she said quietly. Ruth nodded, eyes misty. No, that's Thomas Grant, your grandmother's first love. Emma froze. Grandma was going to marry someone else? Ruth sighed. She did. They eloped. But he left her 3 days later. Emma felt her stomach twist. So she came home and married Grandpa? Yes, Ruth said, voice trembling. Grandpa knew. He forgave her, but he made her promise never to tell. Emma's hands shook as she realized. The letter she'd found wasn't a goodbye to her grandfather. It was a goodbye to the man her grandmother had truly loved first. End of Part 1. The Hidden Child. That night, Emma sat alone at the old table again. The letter lay beside her, edges curling like a secret still breathing. Something inside the envelope felt uneven. She reached in again and found a small black and white photo. It showed Margaret holding a baby, not her mother, but a newborn boy. On the back, in faint ink, were the words, "To William, your son, Thomas Jr." Emma's heart pounded. "Mom," she whispered over the phone. Grandma had another child. There was a long silence. Ruth's voice trembled. "No, she never told me." The truth hit them both. Margaret had lost a son before Ruth was even born. The letter was not only about love but loss. It was a plea for forgiveness and a memory sealed inside the walls of a house. Scene 6. The past restored. Days later, Emma and Ruth visited the family cemetery. They brought the letter, tied with a ribbon, and laid it beside Margaret's grave. "Grandma," Emma said softly, "I understand now. You weren't running away. You were trying to protect what was left of your heart." Ruth stood beside her, eyes shining. "She carried this secret her whole life," she said, "but maybe it's time we set it free." The wind rustled through the trees, as if Margaret herself was finally at peace. Scene 7. The truth revealed. Back home, Emma placed the photo in a frame on the mantel. The baby's eyes seemed to smile through time. She whispered, "Grandma, your story's safe now. The truth doesn't hurt anymore. It heals." That night, she dreamed of the old house, the sunlight shining through new wallpaper, the letter no longer hidden but resting open where it belonged. The house had given up its secret, and with it, peace returned to the Harris family. Scene 8, moral and closing. Truth always finds a way to breathe. We can hide it behind silence, behind time, even behind love, but it always returns, not to destroy, but to heal. Moral, the truth always comes out, and when it does, it brings peace, not pain. Thank you for sharing this story with me. The mystery of the undelivered letter. If it touched your heart, please share your thoughts below. Have you ever discovered a family secret that changed how you saw your past? Leave a comment. I read everyone. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt stories about life, love, and truth. Until next time, remember, honesty doesn't erase love, it deepens it. Add a final comment at the end and subscribe to the channel in a warm, friendly style.